Hi friends! Today we're getting into NATASHA DENONA's new limited edition Circo Loco. But if it's your first time here, hi, I'm Alicia. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. And if you are returning, well, thank you for visiting me again. Kinky Sweat stands for my kinky hair and sweat life. I'm a fitness professional who loves things all movement and beauty. If you want to check out what I do in between the makeups, you get over to my Instagram. This just came into the mail today and I creepily stood on the sidewalk while I was waiting for the FedEx man to cross the street. It's like, thank you so much. He's like, I remember you from before. Oh, you remember me being just crazily obsessed and getting my package in time? Therefore, this will be a first impressions. This is not my first time reviewing NATASHA DENONA eyeshadow palettes. I have a whole DENONA playlist down below if you care to check it out. Therefore, this video will be solely dedicated to the product details, swatches, and for looks. Well, we'll see how much I could get through because the sunlight is leaving me very quickly. And therefore, timestamps will be down below, as well as you have the chapters here on the time bar if you wish to skip over to, you know, whatever section. If you don't want to see all the video, if you don't want to see portions of the video, if you don't want to see the video at all. That's also an option too. I think we're ready to go. Circo Loco top, Circo Loco earrings, nails. Thank you for the recommendation, Tiana. Here is the packaging, and that's why I had to wear these earrings. Just, you know, it was appropriate. And also, I love circus. I practice contortion. I'm not a contortionist. I'm very much like a negative amateur at this point. I do have circus friends, and when I was deep into training, just being in that world and learning how to do aerial silks and lyra and dabbling in contortion and hand balancing. So when I saw this and I saw that some of the names were from the circus, I was like, it's just a connection I had, you know, it's a connection. And I think the pattern is very much an homage to that circus feel. I definitely love the pastel, the vibrant pastels here. But when you open, ooh, I just opened the palette. I mean, this is a bold offering of shades and I am stoked. Well, maybe with the exception of like one, there are no neutrals in here. It's all or nothing. Finally, if it's your first time encountering NATASHA DENONA High, she's very expensive. This palette retails for $129. Yes, it is over $100. You get 15 shades, and this is laid out in her plastic packaging with the magnetic base. You see the pinholes here. So technically, even though you have the shade names here on the pan frame, you can mix and match these shades with others that take on the same pan size. So for instance, if we were to go into Tropic, you can mix and match the shades from Tropic with the shades in Circo Loco. I feel we're going to hear a lot of Circo Loco. You know what I'm saying? Other details we have is that this is limited edition. We'll take that with a grain of salt. 15 brand new vibrant shades categorized in 3 main color families. Very different from how NATASHA usually lays out her palette, where no matter what quad, diagonal, column, or row you encounter is a look. I think this time she decided to just put them as they are, but then she categorized them into families, which we have the blues with the purples, the pinks, and the oranges. So we got 3 major color families here, and sure, she could have put them all together, but I'm happy that she scrambled them a little bit because it looks beautiful in terms of how the shades are arranged. And of some product specific details here, we're looking at 15 pans. Each pan weighs in at 2.5 grams of product. It has a suggested shelf life of 24 months. And it's made in, of course, Italy. Not tested on animals, but I don't believe some of these shades are vegan. Has the carmine, so not tested on animals, but the formula is not entirely vegan. And of course, when I saw the design of the palette and read some of the shade names, I immediately thought, yes, this is very much inspired. It says here on one of the captions, characters of the circus. But funny enough, there was a party in Ibiza called Circo Loco as well in the 90s. I was like, was NATASHA inspired by that? Did she go to those Circo Loco parties? I purchased this on pre-order from NATASHADENONA.com, but this is now currently available Sephora.com right now. I don't know when it will be in stores, however. If you want to check out more dates for other countries, you can head over to NATASHA's Instagram, and some of the posts will have those dates laid out for you. All right, are we ready? Let me take this watch off. Firework, vibrant orange. Oh. Hello. Razzle Dazzle, metallic, vibrant fuchsia. This kind of reminds me of Pat's It was in her Rose Decadence, but also kind of in, well, no, that was like a little different in Celestial Divinity, but that's pretty. Acrobat, cream to powder, cobalt blue. Oh my goodness me. Snow cone is a metallic frosty sky blue. Oh my heavens me. That's shiny. Cotton candy, a matte icy pastel pink. The most low-key out of the bunch. Definitely, I think, appropriate to use as a blend out shade of some sort. Oh, here it comes. Electric, a metallic royal blue. It's the metallic version of Blitz blue. Don't you think? The tone is very similar. Grin, a metallic vintage gold. Oh, mama. Cannon, metallic vibrant bronze. We're looking very smooth. Flip, metallic electric medium teal. Taking a little bit more. There it is. This is what we have so far, fam. I'm excited. Fun to mime. Cream to powder aqua pastel blue. Ooh, that's fun. That could be nice all over the lid as like a color blocking look with everything else. Spiral, metallic orange. Going in again, just making sure I'm picking up enough. Yep. This seems to be a lot more low-key than, let's say, Cannon. Cannon definitely has a little more shine. This might be an appropriate shade to blend it through the crease if you don't want to use a matte. Magic. Matte, vibrant purple blue. Oh, that's pretty. Purple blues are so much fun. My favorite. Aerialist. Oh, I miss doing Ariel. Metallic frosty pastel lavender. Oh, that is absolutely gorgeous. We have Act. Metallic deep, what does it say? Vibrant violet. Ooh, that's pretty. Look at me, I thought I did a good job. No, you needed to start up here, Alicia. You need to start higher. And lastly, we have Joker, which is a matte vibrant pink. Oh boy, here are all the shades from Circo Loco. Oh my goodness me. I'm happy, you know, we're going all out with these shades, that there are no standout neutrals in here except maybe cotton candy. You either have to go really bold with the oranges or really bold with the blues, or just mix them all together. Now that we have swatches out of the way, why don't you come in a little closer? That's enough. Let's go in with firework. With my Rephr 27 brush, I'm going to tap that off because, whoa. Going in on the crease. Now I immediately detect with this shade, because NATASHA DENONA likes to, I'll show you what she likes to do. She likes to pack on product. So if I were to take my 01, which is a flat fluffy brush, if I wanted to get the most pigment, then I would tap on the creamy matte, is what she likes to call it, formula first. Because once you tap it on, you're going to get the most color impact. And then to blend it out, you'll take your fluffier brush and go over the edges. But if you go in fluffy right away like I did, you'll get a nice wash of color if that's what you're going for. But of course, I wouldn't get this palette if you're trying to, you know, everyday friendly. This is definitely going to be more on the creative side. But that's beautiful. Cotton candy. Let's see how this looks overlapping firework just on the inside part of the eye. You know, it's very light. I would say probably great if you were to use this for inner corner highlight or what have you. What I really want to do is go in with Spiral, because Spiral was, this is, I don't think metallic. The acronym is M. It says metallic. This is not like the shiniest metallic from Natasha's archive. It's not as creamy. So with that, I would rely on this shade to apply over firework and then blend it out from there. Because now we're going to get a little more sheen, but because it has more of that yellow in there, it'll add a little more dimension to the eye. You could probably also use this on the inner corner, you know, if you wanted. Now taking Canon with my finger, and I'll place that on the actual lid. And this definitely has a lot more shine than Spiral. Rephr 28, one of their newer brushes, with Grin, this vintage gold, I believe they called it, on the inner corner. Not only inner corner, but inner lower lash line. I'm just taking it around and through. That's pretty. I want to go in with Joker on the outer part of the lower lash line because I want to mix the oranges and pinks together. I think this is a nice way to go. And that has pretty good pigmentation. It's soft, and if you want more, let's say if you wanted to place this on the crease, I will pack it down first before I fluff it in. I already have grin here on the inner part of the eye, but I want to take some Razzle Dazzle across the greater lower lash line area, overlapping Joker, to get a little more shine there. Firework, Spiral Cannon, Grin, Joker, Razzle Dazzle. Not a bad combination at all. It's like a more intense sunrise eye, let's just say, because sunrise have the more yellow oranges, whereas firework is a truer orange matte. Let's see what Cotton Candy does on the inner part of the eye, like packed on. So it's very light and pastel. If anything, I would apply maybe, like if I had a Danessa Myricks Color Fix in white, I will apply that first and then this on top. But not bad if you pack it on. And let's go in with Joker, but this time I'm going to hit the outer part of the lid because again, I want that again, we want that color. And then once we packed on the majority of the shade, slowly slurring that through the crease. I like how this is showing up more pink versus pink red. This could be a very tricky color. Rephr 27 with a little more Joker, but just to fluff it through the crease. Cotton Candy, overlapping that a little bit. In fact, I'm gonna bring Joker in a little bit more over Cotton Candy so it could be a stronger gradient. Now we could go Razzle Dazzle on the majority of the lid, or we can go in with Aerialist, which is this pastel lavender. I know you want to do Razzle Dazzle. I know, Razzle Dazzle. Definitely with the finger, because you know, I feel that's the best way to get the most out of these pigments. I just realized there was no fallout from what we did on that side. And here, not bad, because I expect a little bit from these types of shades, but it seems that once they get on the skin, they stay on the skin. Let's go in with Spiral. Again, not the most shiny, but I think a really nice shade to use and blend out to create a little bit of haze. And I'm actually going to go in with Firework thereafter, just overlapping that a little bit. Some Joker pulling in over those two shades here on the outer lower lash line to create a really nice gradient. This time though, I do want to go in with Aerialist. This is the Rephr number 3, just on the inner part of the lower lash line. I know it's a lot to apply such a cool shade against a warmer one, but I'm doing it. We could have just kept it Cotton Candy, but I wanted to see Aerialist in action. I'm sorry. Let's do a little blendy blend around the nose, because this is from my nose pad glasses, or nose pads on the glasses. Put on some lashes. But what lipstick should I wear? I could do the Carolina Herrera, but I also want to let the eyes kind of shine. I also ordered a new I Need a Nude lip liner from Natasha in Dana, because I wanted something a little more deeper than Noah. Let's see how this looks. It's very neutral. Yeah, very neutral. What can I pair this with that I have like in front of me right now? Well, I could do the Carolina in Nude. What is this? I think this is Nude Instant. I'm gonna tap a little bit on the center because this is very warm. Oh, that works just fine. Here are the finished looks from Demo 1. I'm digging these color combinations. They're very in your face. Well, I know for some they are, but the tones are really great. Like the pink for Joker is not so much fuchsia purple and not red pink. It's the perfect magenta pink. And with Razzle Dazzle, that again reminds me of Pat Shade, and you have some crystal also in the formula that really makes the eyes pop and shine. Spiral for me is the weakest so far. It's creamy and it has shine, but see, it's a little more subdued than, let's say, Razzle Dazzle and also Canon, right? Maybe, you know, I don't know if Natasha meant to have Spiral more low-key on purpose, but I know, you know, this shade more appropriate to maybe blend into the crease or maybe to use as an inner corner highlight, but I wouldn't rely on it for a standout lid color. I would then use it for another role and then rely on the more pop metallic shades like Canon and Razzle Dazzle for like the Showtime lid. All puns intended on that one. I cannot wait to get into the blues. I'm really looking forward to it. And we're going into demo number 2 in a minute. I just wanted to say this. I feel like Tropic palette is the Pop of Blue neutral palette, whereas Circo Loco is like the balls to the wall. Excuse that expression if you're watching this with children. So let's take this off, dive into the blues, and I'll see you back here in a minute. Fun to meme, to mime. To mean to mime. Much like much like what I encountered with Firework as well as Joker, this seems to be like a pat down moment. I think this is also a cream to powder formula. Wow. This will look really sick on, you know what? Hold on. I'm just gonna do a little wipey wipe because I want to actually, so many ideas. I want to apply this more on the lid. Yes. And then I want to take Flip, this turquoise, and place it over so we could get that pretty gradient. And now with Snow Cone, this had incredible shine. Like this one right here, like it's popping. Shinier than Flip. I feel like Flip is the texture of Spiral, but Flip has better color payoff as well as texture. And then I'm taking Flip over Snow Cone and carving through the crease with that shade. Taking the new Rephr 29 with Electric. I want to put Electric on the lash line. Like if I were to do a wing, I feel like this would be a great shade to do it with. Gray brush to get that really sharp line. Changing over to the 23 because now that I've applied like the baseline, I'll use a slightly bigger brush to fill in the shape. Oh, well, that's very pretty. Going in with Flip, but in through the crease. I know it's very odd to have the lighter color on the outer V, but I feel like it works because it serves as a really nice contrast to Electric. I want to try Magic. Magic intrigues me because mattes like these could be tricky. So I'm doing the pat down method. I know I didn't finish the lower lash line on this eye. I'm still thinking about what I want to do. Okay, being very careful by first patting down the majority of the color, and with very light pressure, we'll go back on the edges here and start to buff it out. For this one, I'm going to go with my Surratt brush. I think this is supposed to be a concealer brush, but this is killer to pick up like tougher metallic textures. This is an act, but this brush, the way it lays it on, it's like I'm using my finger to pick up this metallic shade. Because of the brush's design, I could fit the edge beautifully through my crease, whereas my finger, I could get the color on the lid, but to finesse it, I always end up using a brush. Whoa, this got smoky really fast. I didn't get to use Acrobat. So many. Well, I guess I gotta do a demo. Fun to mime. Fun to mime. Meme. Mime. Now on the inner part of this eye. Ooh. That's the way it overlaps act and just creates that beautiful gradient is a huge jump from aqua to navy or indigo, however you want to classify this blue. But man, oh man, that's pretty. You know what? We could still use Acrobat. 26. Look at this pencil brush from Rephr. I love it because it's pointed, but it's fluffy. So you can just get it right there. Really smooth application. Love the color, but I still want to apply this on the lid. You know what I'm saying? I want to see how it behaves, if you will. Taking Magic a little bit more out. What should we put on the inner corner? Well, you know what? I kind of want to put Acrobat on the waterline. I don't know if that's safe to do, but I'm doing it. Probably better off using a liner of some sort like the Linda. This is the Au revoir flash. I think it's a little green, but it works out. For the inner corner, however, we could go left field and use Grin. You know what? That's exactly what I want to do. Hit it hard with the antique gold, baby. Just cleaning up a little bit here. Perfect. Absolutely amazing. But this side though, we could leave it alone, but because I want to see as many shades in action, I think maybe, you know what, maybe we just should leave it alone. We just should leave it alone. I'm gonna pull down a little bit, just to so many brushes, a tiny bit of electric here on the outer part of the lower lash line. I don't know if this is the right thing to do, just to kind of create that bracket. You know what, I'm gonna go a little higher with magic, just a little bit. There we go, that's much better, a little smoother. You know what I'm saying? My Lady Grace lashes are at their end. Here's a close-up and wider shot of demo number 2 using the blues. I had a fairly easy time using these shades. I was quite surprised with magic. I thought magic was pretty easy to work with in terms of how it blended and basically how it behaved, but I realized though the best way to get the most color impact from a shade like this is to pack it on first and then lightly blur the edges, and then of course layer on whatever metallic you want on the lid thereafter. Fun to Mime is great. This is a great shade, whether you want to place it on the lid or on the outer V as I did, or use it for inner corner. Like, I'm actually gonna apply a little more. It just pops in the best way, like that aqua blue, I guess, or maybe it's a sky blue. She described it as sky blue, paired with Grin, that vintage gold, mama. And I'm so happy we went in with electric, but on this next round, I do want to apply Acrobat on the lid and maybe electric to see how it works on as a standout shade. And perhaps we'll go a little crazy on the other eye, and that'll be the last demo, I promise. I promise. With that said, let me take this off and I'll be right back. All right, we're looking a little run down. It's okay. I just left the blue there because, I mean, I could, I'll fix it. I'll just apply something else on top. Definitely now with Acrobat. What does that do? Dare I say, this is picking up a lot more than the cream to matte formulas in Metropolis. Maybe it's the same. Maybe I just have to use this brush with those formulas. I don't know. Appears to be a really nice laydown. I'm actually gonna do the same on the inner part of the eye. All right, we're going in with electric. That beautiful blue right in between. Oh, that is so vibrant. Taking the 26, even though it's a point, it still has a lot of fluff, and I like to use it on the edge right on the top of the crease. And then once we've had our, and now with a little bit more with Acrobat, I'm gonna just slightly wing it out, just a little bit. Question is, what shall we do on the inner corner? You know, we got to do Aerialist. We only did Aerialist on the first round on the inner lower lash line. Now it's time to bring it in the show. Oh, that's lovely. A little bit of electric on the edges here so everything could just flow together. Definitely want to go in with Flip this time. Do I though? Okay, here's the thing. If I go in with any of the oranges, it's going to be like a NYX fan on this eye. They're complementary colors, but I'm trying not to go that route. We could, however, go in with Joker, even Razzle Dazzle, you know? I could go in with Joker first to just set it up. And I knew this was going to happen. I knew I was going to sabotage myself by applying a blue liner on my waterline and it not look as pink as I wanted, because I didn't think I would go in pink on this lower lash line. But you know what? It's all good. Razzle Dazzle now on the lower lash line, right over Joker. That's a fun way to go. Let's see what Cotton Candy can do on the inner lower lash line. It's very light, and you definitely have to pack it on. But I like that flowing into Razzle Dazzle. And of course, Aerialist, I could have it more pronounced here on the inner part of the eye. Taking 23 with Razzle Dazzle, really working it in the lash line. I'm trying to cover up as much blue as possible. Thank goodness I don't have any contacts on. All right, the last eye. Let's do this. I know we kind of did that on this side, reverse, but here we go. Razzle Dazzle, it seems that it's on the prominent lid, but it's cut. So I'm going to put Razzle Dazzle on first. I'm going to keep it low, though. You know what? I might have to wet this. Wetting the brush so I can get a slicker lay down. There we go. Oh, and that's shinier, too. Yeah, man, that's really going to bring out the pigment. Or rather, the pigment is there, is gonna bump up the shine. Well, that on its own is just beautiful. It looks like Acrobat is on the majority of the crease. Let me see here. Right there. Just over. And now with Fun to Mime, overlapping Acrobat so it could get a little zhuzhy. Alright, that's pretty. Taking it a little higher, then back in with Acrobat, but with the 23, get a sharper line here. Okay, cotton candy through the brow bone. So right over everything. Snow cone as the prominent inner corner highlight merriment. I think it said Joker on the inner waterline. Is the waterline up here or down here? I don't remember. Let me bring in a little bit of Canon. I know this is not in the description, but that's fun to do. Why not? And here are close-ups and wide shots of demo number 3, using Acrobat primarily on the lid, and then replicating one of Natasha's looks on her Instagram. What can I say? I had a blast using this palette. I definitely think this is one of Natasha's more exciting releases, in that she solely relies upon these vibrant shades, give and take. You know, maybe if you would consider Grin and Canon to be a little more user-friendly because they're orange, even Cotton Candy, the minute you apply all the oranges together is quite impactful, and I wouldn't consider an everyday look like you would achieve with Glam or even the Bronze palette. Is a nice escape from Tropic, where you had the neutral still, very heavily so, the peaches and the browns and the wines, and then you just had this row of the fun colors. But with Circo Loco, I mean, it's right in your face. There's no escape, and the textures are lovely. I would say give or take a couple. Spiral definitely, I feel, is the weakest out of all the metallics. Aerialist and Snow Cone, these two here, are beautifully shiny. And I would say Electric and Act are similar in that they're metallic, but they don't have like that same shine as Razzle Dazzle. Razzle Dazzle, I think, has some crystals in here or something that has a little more, or just lends more reflectivity. And I didn't wet a lot of the shades, and I could only imagine when you do, especially Electric. But let's do a little experiment with Spiral. Here is Spiral, here is the MAC Thick Plus. Let's see what we get. You get more shine for sure, so if you want a little bit of that movement, a little bit of glow, then definitely wet Spiral. Electric too, I could only imagine applied wet. Like, yes, most definitely. So these you can apply wet for just a shinier finish, a more illuminated effect. I'm very happy with the mattes. For the exception of Cotton Candy is like, you know, pastel you would use on the inner corner or to fluff out Firework or Joker if you like. But the blues are great. Acrobat, Fun to Mime, and Magic. I thought these were really great to work with. I use Natasha's method in patting down the color first and then fluffing it out thereafter. I think you would get better payoff, a more even application. If you insist on fluffing these in first, you know, you're more than welcome to, but if you want to get the most out of this formula, I will pack down first and then fluff afterwards. Again, this is a first impressions. I'm not going to say run out and get it because it's limited edition, because if this is not in your wheelhouse of shades, then you're not going to like this palette. If you're more neutral, if you gravitate towards Glam and the Bronze palette, or even the Gold palette, the Tropic palette, and you don't even use the last row, you most certainly are not going to use the shades in Circo Loco. And I wouldn't rely on a palette to just change your mind or change how you are with makeup and all of a sudden, you know, apply magentas and blues on your lids. I love to experiment. I love color. I appreciate the fact that she has the different families in here of the orange, the blues, and the purples, and the pinks, and the combinations are beautifully vibrant. I can't even imagine how many more combinations we can do. And with that said, I would love to come back on here on a live. I will also love to do comparisons, but because I want to get this video up, I'm going to wrap it up now and then put the comparison photos in the community board. So if you want to take a look at the different shades from our other palette, I'll put the name on the swatch so you can take a look at the comparisons, you know, if one's more blue-green or green-blue, and just kind of decide for yourself what you want to do with that. I'm thinking now, I feel like Circo Loco is a more vibrant version than Metropolis, because Metropolis has the turquoise and the orange moments in there as well, maybe not with the pink and like the icy blue and the lavender, but you can definitely make something similar happen, but it might be a little more toasty in nature. Like the oranges found in Metropolis are not like that vibrant pumpkin orange found in Circo Loco, which I think is the primary difference. But we'll get to those swatches. I'll take photos of it. I want to make sure I can edit this video, have it on by tonight. So with that said, fam, thank you so much for watching. I know this was like trying to get in and out, but let me know if you had your eye on this, if you have already pre-ordered it, if you've been using it, maybe dupes that you have in your collection. If someone is not looking to buy this palette, maybe we could find dupes in our other eyeshadow palettes to create similar looks with, or to have similar colors from Circo Loco. I'll see you down in the comments, fam. And that is a wrap. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video helped, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and maybe consider subscribing to my channel. And until then, I will see you in here again with another video tutorial, NATASHA DENONA Palette Extravaganza, monthly favorites, or get ready with me. Take care, and I will see you again soon.